Almost ready now for the second cup semi-final. West Samoa taking on Eastern Suburbs. And this one should be a ripper. There's been some great performances here. The West Samoans have really captured the crowd's imagination. They've had some great wins. Greg McCallum, the referee. West Samoa have beaten Penrith 18-16. They've beaten North Sydney 16-10. And they've defeated Canberra 24-16 to get here. Eastern Suburbs have beaten Cronulla 18-10, South Africa 18-10, Papua New Guinea 2016. East they've scored 62 points for 30 against, and for West Samoa 58 they've scored for 42 against. Nigel Gaffey now brings it back for Eastern Suburbs out of the first one, out of the second one. Gaffey really opens them up. Still going Gaffey, the cover defence comes across and nails him just on the halfway line.
And did very well to stay in there, Nigel Gaffey. Beat a couple of defenders. It was the first tackle. And did very well to stay in the field of players. East looked to move the ball wide. That's Scott Murray.
This is Murray now, a headgear on. Murray striding down. He's got support. Can't unload though. Good defence from the West Samoans. They wrap him up. The East have started a blistering pace. Freeman, he's the danger man. Brendan Hall, he's played well for the Roosters during this tournament as well.
There's no doubt, Darryl, the team that will win this second semi-final is the team that can defend the best for the 14 minutes. Gary Freeman is going to orchestrate things. Big Salvatore, can he get his hands free? He can't. Two more plays left in this set of six. East looking to open the scoring.
Casado gets it out to Freeman. Freeman straight ahead and he's in. Well, it just was a tiny gap, but that's all you've got to give this little Rooster. In he goes for four. They draw first blood.
We're only 5 tackles into the game. They've come the full length of the field, the Roosters. They've started off in the right fashion. Gary Freeman is going to have the football in his hands more than any other East player. And he scores the first try and will be an instrumental in most of the good things East put on in this semi.
Tony Casado for Eastern Suburbs with the attempted conversion. And not a bad attempt, but waved away. So Eastern Suburbs leading the sentimental favourites here, I guess you'd say now, Peter. They've really captured the imagination of everyone with some very spirited football.
Well, I don't think anybody expected them to have progressed this far, and they've done it in style. This bloke's played well some more, but of course we are at Eastern Suburbs home ground, so plenty of support here for the Eastern Suburbs team as well.
Lima, dummy half, he's played well. Downloaded nicely. Watch him start to throw it around. This is when they can razzle-dazzle everybody. They've got plenty of pace and they've got plenty of determination, the West Samoans. They've probably been taken a bit lightly by a couple of teams. Number 6, Peter Lima, he is a good player, no doubt about that. There's a little gap again, but East defence has been very strong.
And it'll need to be now. Big line set to the left for Western Samoa. They go that way. And that's Elia, who has scored plenty of tries for him. He's got another one.
Got another one, hasn't he? Played well. Mark Elia. I heard you say to Ray Warren, he's been around a long time. I know he's had stints with Canterbury, Wigan. We're not quite sure who he's playing with at the moment. Well, the Bay of Plenty, someone.
He's playing with Western Samoa at the moment, and he's doing a fine job of it. That little deception, he's got a nice little left foot step. Was able to beat the defender. Eastern Suburbs had plenty of players there. A shake of the head there from Leaky Meyer. I don't know what's troubling him, but he can put his team in front.
The kick successful as well. So East now trailing by 2. Western Samoa continuing their good form. 6-4 over the Roosters. East will look to hit back pretty hard. They've been doing it. That's Orford, I should say. Jeff Orford comes back for Hall, out to Freeman. Freeman gets it on to Gaffey.
Western Samoa doing a good job of slowing the game down. That's their best chance, I believe. Slow this Winfield Cup team down. Slow play the balls. There we see 2 tackles in.
Tim Blazik flicks one out for Jeff Orford. Orford up quickly. Back to Blazik again. On to Freeman. Comes out plenty of hands. Hall from Salvatore back to Hall. One out for Gaffey. Gaffey claps it on. They come across to meet him. East should go in here. Yes, they will. So again, they've struck back this time to Ricketson.
Yes, very good ball movement by Eastern Suburbs. Western Samoan defence tried to get up quickly, But a lovely ball here. I think Brendan Hall throws the pass. That's the crucial one. He goes around. That's good play. You see the Western Samoan defender had come up too quickly in Mark Elia. And then some fingertip control by Luke Ricketson there. I don't think he was really expecting the football. But he did the right job.
That's probably the best example of what you're saying, how valuable a run-around movement is in this game.
There's a conversion attempt. It is successful, but no doubt, Darryl, as soon as you go around a player in this competition, you must create an overlap. And that means you put the emphasis straight back on the defence. They must have good communication, and they've got a lot of ground to cover. So it's very difficult to counter with such a wide field and only 7 players.
Usu will play it back. Looking for the runners. This time it's Van Garner. Support coming through, but he just couldn't unload. The support had to just overrun the ball then, and the player, of course, Mavavi. There's 2 of them in this side. Picked up very quickly by the other Mavavi. Then on to Pereira. Requesting the decision.
Yes, a penalty there. Going against Blanzak, I'm sorry. And a very important one. That was into about 3 or 4 tackles for Western Samoa. They now get another set of 6, 18 metres out, trailing 10-6, with only a minute and a quarter to go. So a great scoring opportunity, and one they need to convert.
And they're very deep too, looking for their runners, very deep. Here they go. Don't have to worry about going deep. He just strolled through, just walked through.
Well, a very, very bad miss by one of the East defenders. There we see Vasu, a step back inside, fell off the tackle. I couldn't pick it up. It might have been Ricketson. I don't particularly want to say it was him if it wasn't, but Eastern Suburbs very poor in defence, as was that conversion attempt. And we have 10 all between Western Samoa, Eastern Suburbs, 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Counting down, and East would like to put one on here if they can, but they've only got now 21 seconds to do it. Salvatore flicks it out for Jeff Orford. He can motor Jeff Orford. Down he goes, and they've done it. It just shows you how quickly it can turn around here in this game of 7s.
It certainly can. That's the final scoring in this first half, unless this conversion is successful. But Mavavi, Tony Mavavi, the number 1, came in when he wasn't needed. Left Jeff Orford in clear space. Good work from Salvatore. Was able to pop the pass after attracting a couple of defenders.
So the attempt coming up from Orford, or is it Nigel Gaffey? Gaffey is going to take the attempt. It's waved away. So this first half, second half, West Samoa trailing 14-10 over Eastern Suburbs. Play underway now. This should be a ripper second half. Both teams prepared to throw it around, and both teams have had a fair bit of defence right through this tournament too. Just since early, congratulations to Sydney. Crowd today, 24,459 for a total crowd over the 3 days of 65,388. Well done, Sydney, in these conditions, and at this time of year to support your game the way you have. Magnificent effort. Now this is Hall.
And a big tackle there from Craig Salvatore. Jolted the ball loose and turns the tide back towards Eastern Suburbs. And that's a fair tackle there from the number 10 for Western Samoa, Tutupa.
Tutupa really put in a booper, because that was a big hit, wasn't it? Now the chase is on. And it might be a chase that Eastern Suburbs will be happy with. Yes, they will be. That's strike time. Tim Blazak with a great run. Followed it through and got the money.
Fairly ordinary clean-up effort here for Western Samoa by Peter Lima. He's got that ball covered. He had to go to ground. Go down, make a bird of it. But Blanzak, who'd come through, put the kick in himself, came up with the goods. It was really a ball that should have been cleaned up earlier.
Nigel Gaffey converts that too, so that's handy now with 5:39 on the clock. 20-10, the Roosters over the West Samoans.
Again, take your hat off to Craig Salvatore. He came up with a big tackle that jolted the ball loose. And those little things in these games add up to big ones.
Good work, mate.
And it certainly is very advantageous to Eastern Suburbs, who scored within 2 or 3 rucks.
Perhaps we could probably say the Oceania teams have buckled a little under the constant pressure, Peter. They started the tournament so well.
Well, Western Samoa aren't out of this, Darryl. They are 10 behind, but we've still got 5 minutes to go. But the big plus that the Winfield Cup teams have is that they're conditioned to playing pressure football every week for 80 minutes. So they can condense that into 14 minutes, probably a little bit better than teams that aren't used to those situations every weekend.
Tapupa comes back to Fayusu. Long one out wide. It was directed for Meyer or Pereira, but he couldn't get hold of it. He's come up with the ball. And they're 10 metres out from their line. Freeman. Ricketson. Too much defence, though. Casado brings it out to the 20-metre line. Ricketson stands up to Marvey. Freeman slowing it down now. Gaffey puts a long floater over the top. Floats right over the line. Handball back by Jeff Orford, but to no avail.
A very ordinary play there. Pass going over the support player's head into touch. And that's giving away possession only 30 metres out from his own line. Really the play was, if there weren't points to be scored by a try, they had to drive the football deep with the boot. And now Western Samoa, this is the big throw of the dice for them. Aliki Meyer out from the scrum base, and he's still going.
Meyer up and down like a yo-yo is Meyer. Lima takes the ball from there. He can motor this fella too. He's big and strong. And plenty fast when he gets a little bit of a gap. And Garner now. He floats one out. It goes out to Mavavi. Then on to Pereira. Pereira flings one wide. East take it through Scott. Scott puts the pedal down. They come to him though.
Bad pass there from Western Samoa. We see Eastern Suburbs now. They just need to wind the clock down. Murray took a nice intercept there. And they'll just look for Gary Freeman to lead the way here. He'll pick out the choice supports. This time Orford bumps off a couple of defenders. You can bet your life if they don't score points, Freeman will kick the football intelligently.
Beecraft, the dummy half, gets it out to Freeman. On to Casado. Casado exactly doing what Peter said Freeman would do, but they're making good use of the ball and just letting the clock run down.
Oh, yes.
And look at that. You don't get any better use of the football than that.
Well, we mentioned earlier there hadn't been a great deal of kicking in the 7's tournament. The kicks that we have seen put through have been fairly successful. This time Tony Casado took the responsibility. He had Ricketson on the fly. Some tired cover defence coming across from Pereira. Ricketson flicked it back inside. Good work by Scott Murray to be there backing up. And that'll just about wrap this game up.
So Nigel Gaffey to try and convert that. 24 to 10 for this kick to come. Kick too badly, Gaffey. But I probably put the mock on him. No, I didn't. He's converted that. So they look safe now, 26-10 and 2:04 to go. Go those little Roosters.
Yes, the Roosters are home, and probably a disappointing performance by Western Samoa, but take nothing away from their performances over the 3 days. They really have been 100 to 1 chances in this competition going into the first match, and they firmed fairly dramatically. 3 or 4 to 1 was their right quote as we went into this game.
Well, when you look at they knocked off Penrith 18-16, North 16-10, and then Canberra in that very good match 24-16. That's not a bad record.
No, you'd have expected those 3 Winfield Cup teams to have gone in favourites in all of those games. But I like the way that Western Samoa won those games. They did it in style. They scored good points. They hit back when needed. They absorbed the pressure. And a lot of their players out there very deceptive. Big men with a good turn of speed.
Casado. 1:15 on the clock. He's in cruise mode at the moment. Tim Blanzak. He's played well for East during this tournament.
Yes, a lot of their young players have played well. And East now know that they're in a final. There's an intercept.
Here they go. They'll get some points on the board now. This is through Mark Elia, of course. And he's been an absolute star for the side right through the tournament. So it's probably fitting he does get some points in this game as well.
That's the problem when you do go into cruise mode. You tend to just drop down a little bit of intensity, and that's what Tony Casado did on that occasion, looking for the cutout pass. It was a wayward one, well taken by Elia. As Parky Mavavi misses the conversion attempt. 4 points closer, but Eastern Suburbs still lead 26 points to 14.
22 seconds left on the clock. In the second half of this very important match, Salvatore setting up the Roosters through Brendan Hall. Jeff Orford goes from dummy half. Plenty of support there for him. Won't need it though. He's capped him again, Orford, and he'll go right in under the post, and that seals it for the Roosters.
There's Jeff Orford, probably the fastest player in the Eastern Suburbs team. You see the scoreline 30-14, a kick to come, which may well be successful. Straight out of dummy half. There's the dummy. The arm tackle, never going to be good enough. Very tired players out there from Western Samoa.
And the kick successful too, so that final score now, Samoa 14 points trailing Eastern Suburbs by 32. 32-14, a good win for the Roosters. And a courageous performance in this tournament from the West Samoans. I know that we've given a lot of the Oceania sides some big raps, but gee whiz, it's no easy task to come to Sydney, take on the world's best players and to perform the way that they have.
And that's right, and the crowd certainly appreciate it. We see the Western Samoans going over to the far side of the field to thank the fans, and plenty of appreciation being shown by what is a good crowd here this afternoon at the Sydney Football Stadium. It's not a victory lap, it's a lap of appreciation for the support that they have been given, and they can certainly go home to Western Samoa to, I would imagine, a hero's reception. They've done their country proud, and they'll come back next year with very high expectations.